Welcome back to B2B Marketing Agency Insights. I am your host, Austin LaRoche, CEO of ATAK Interactive, coming at you accountable, tenacious, agile, and kind, all day, every day. It's the only way we know how, right? Today, all right, we're having a little fun, off the top, but let's talk a little bit about EOS, the Entrepreneurial Operating System, and how marketing agencies can utilize the system to enhance their agency-client relationship. Okay, if you're not familiar with EOS Worldwide, check them out, eosworldwide.com. It's an amazing system. It's really helped accelerate growth in my business as well as many of my clients. So check them out if you're unfamiliar. Come back when you're done. And we would love to be able to talk to you a little bit more once you understand how you can really strengthen that relationship between a client and an agency by utilizing EOS. The best way to be able to work with a client utilizing EOS is just to do a run through of what a weekly level 10 would look like, because most agencies have some sort of weekly touch point, and so if they transform that touch point into a level 10, that's a great start. Okay, so here's what a level 10 would look like between an agency and a client. You start with a segue, much less formal than a good news personal, good news business. Everyone goes around, everybody gets on the Zoom call, everyone gets on the conference line. Hey, how was your weekend? Okay, and then everybody gets there. Boom, then you're diving into the scorecard. Now the scorecard is just a list of KPIs that you need to look at week over week. And the reason you look at them week over week is because data dictates behavior. So what we really want to do is we want to check out, okay, how many conversions did we get? What was our CPC in our Google AdWords this week? How many sequences did we send out for the sales team? These are the type of numbers, and you want those numbers to be more conversion-based than vanity metrics-based, because everyone hates vanity metrics, especially your clients. So go down, check out the most important numbers that matter, go through them, see how they compare to the last week, and see if you can find any trends. Hopefully those are successful trends, right? Then you want to jump in, you want to go through the rocks. Now the rocks are the most important things you want to get done in the quarter, right? This is something you need to figure out before you start your level 10s with your client. Hey, what are our quarterly rocks? One of the things with EOS is they're looking for an 80% completion rate with your rocks. Now they want that because they want you to challenge yourself, okay? Because if you're getting 90 or 100% on your rocks every quarter, chances are you're not really challenging yourself, okay? And that's all right. But when you're working with a client, it's less about challenging yourself and more about being accountable to the things that you say you're going to do. So you want to hit 100% of your rocks if you're working with a client. You say, we're going to do this and we want it to perform like that, then you need to make sure that that's what you're doing, because it's more of a promise than a challenge. Next up in a traditional level 10 are customer headlines. Scrap them. They have nothing to do with this. Okay? Moving on, the to-do list. Okay? What you want to do is you want to go through your to-do list and you want to make sure that you did all the things you said you were going to do. The client has done all of the things they said they were going to do. Everyone's on the same page. We're holding each other accountable. Next up is IDS. Now, IDS is typically taking issues and then figuring out how you identify, discuss, and solve them. Now, issues is kind of a scary word in an agency-client relationship. So scrap that and just call it project updates. Now, what you're going to do within these project updates are go through all the issues, right? This is how we're doing. This is what we need a little feedback on. This is where, what do you think we should be doing about this? Bring the issues in, but don't call it issues, because then it's a little bit more alarming to a client, especially if they're not familiar with EOS. If they are familiar with EOS, they know the system, you're probably good. But if not, call project updates and go through and talk about the issues at hand. You go through those, you solve everything, all of the issues turn into to-dos. At the end of the meeting, you recap the to-dos, you rate the meeting, rinse, wash, repeat. You got it? It's really easy, and it's really going to be a great way for you to hold your own work more accountable while also being able to help get more traction to the vision that your clients have set towards the work you're doing together in your collaboration. And that's it. It's really simple. All you have to do is be able to update a weekly scorecard, create quarterly goals, hold yourself accountable to your to-dos as well as to the projects that you have working, and then you manage that probably an hour or less meeting every single week, and it keeps all of your projects moving. It keeps the communication between you and your client top-notch, and the expectations are set and are really clear to all parties. And that's it. It's a really great way to organize your collaboration and keep communication really tight, expectations really clear, and the relationship between the client and the agency super healthy. I hope that was helpful for you. Again, I'm Austin LaRoche for ATAK Interactive saying good luck growing.